So we're in a bit of a pickle. We got lack of memory here. So this is your 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It's got the Hemi. It's got the leather, the chubby rubber, and it's also got the problem. It's got the crow hop. When you try to turn the wheels in the four-wheel drive, well, not in four-wheel drive, just try to turn the wheels when it's in normal drive mode, and you can't steer it. It crow hops, it binds right up on the blacktop. Now, apparently, I looked at this vehicle months ago, and I told the guy, from whatever I did to diagnose it, that he needs a new drivetrain control module, or transfer case control module, is what I told him. And apparently, at that time, it was on back order. And apparently, I ordered one. And months later, it is now months later, I think, it's here, and it's up to us to put it in, because it showed up from Chrysler. Let me get it for you here. Because everything is on back order, everything's coming on the slow boat. So there's the part number on that little guy. And we've got to put it in and program it, I believe. So this is it. But I'll be honest with you folks, I remember diagnosing it, but I don't remember why I made the call on this. So let's, I got the power supply on it. Let's hook up, Y-Tech and see if it tells us why. So, whoops, we don't want the flashes. We're gonna go to topology. And I see the drivetrain control module does have code stored in it. Let's see, we have in the drivetrain control module, transfer case, brake control circuit short to battery, transfer case clutch position out of range, and transfer case motor control circuit open, all stored codes. It says they're all stored, I don't know, it means they're not active, so that's interesting. I think what I'm going to do is trust the fact that I diagnosed it correctly the first time, and then we're going to put this baby in. I believe we have to reflash it. And then, so it says here, reprogram shift transfers vehicle 12/16/2022. You know what? I think when it was in, I think I tried to do a service update on the transfer case control module to make sure that was it. So that's probably why I already have my subscription. So let's do that. Let's get after it and just see if I was right or if I was wrong. Hoping I was right, because I don't know what this thing cost me. Get out of there. Oh, she's the Overland edition. It's under the seat, I believe. Rule number 1, never move the seat. Rule number 2, never roll down the window. Oh, look, everything's all torn apart back here. Look at that. It's exposed. Self-made auto exposed. I don't believe I did this, folks, did I? No way. Hey, look at little, my kids call these things bricks. You got a brick. Hey, Papa, you got a brick. That's what they always tell me. Brick was a whole lot different thing when I was a kid. Let's see here. So we're going to take our light. Can you guys see what's going on down here? I got a key off. The number's the same. Nope. Numbers are all different. Who knows? I probably ordered it by the VIN number. So we'll plug this one in. This is the new one. Okay. We'll leave it up and out of the hole for right now. Warning, do not install this flash on 2011 Grand Cherokees built before 2011 unless it has electronic limit slippery differential, sales code DSF. Alright. This calibration is only to be used on actual ratios that match sales code DMP or DLK. Okay, so let's go check our sales code. What was it? DLK? Okay, yeah, so we got DLK. And what else did it say? So we have the DLK, the 345 rear gear ratio. And DLK, DMP or DLK. So I think that's where we're at. Yep, we're the DLK. So we have the correct gear ratio, but I think it was a waste of time. Because it says we're up to date. Current part number, new part number, status up to date. So did this thing come pre-programmed? Yeah, the ECU appears to be up to date. okay to flash the same part number. No, we don't. That's interesting. I thought for sure this thing was going to come blank. What do I know? Okay. Let's see. We have no codes in it. That's good. Transfer case status, auto 4-wheel drive. Well, I guess in this case, I might have been right. Let's go out and see if it solved the guy's problem. You couldn't drive this thing nowhere. You tried to turn it in the parking lot and it just squawking and barking the tires. I think with the old one, none of this stuff worked. Sport, sand, mud, rock. Yeah, I don't think any of this stuff worked prior. We'll probably have to have it in neutral to try our 4 low, because I think it was just stuck here. I don't know if his air suspension works or not, but let's, and it had a service 4-wheel drive light on when we brought it in. Hate it when I don't remember. Alright, yeah, no service 4-wheel drive light. Okay, let me put the module back in the hole here. She just sits down in the bracket. You just put it down in there, and it just clicks in down in what I like to call the fish bowl. Because hey, if you got a bunch of fancy electronics, what better place to stick them down is to have a plastic tub. Just like a Mercedes, this thing will fill right up with water. Let me get the cover back on it. Well, this here is perhaps the silliest video I've ever made. A bunch of nonsense, really. I shouldn't even publish it. Probably won't, but I might. I could have swore that module needed to be programmed when it was installed. I do remember, I'm going to have to go look at my notes from the original repair. I do remember doing a flash update on it to see if it would correct the issue that it was having. I'll see if I can give us some more info. Let's go take it for a shakedown here. Object detected, it says. Well, we don't want to run over the Honda. Yes, ma'am, get our window up here, folks. Okay, window's up. Let's go see if we can make a turn in the parking lot without squawking the tires. Well, look at that. I must have done it right. Hey, it's Chevrolet See-Through Edition. That's what an SE stands for on the Chevy. See-Through Edition. Look at this, I can turn. And I don't even have to put it to the foot to the floor. Alright, let's see if the Jeep Overland is really made of what it says it is. We're going to have to put it in snow mode. What's it say? Oh, it says we're in snow mode, so technically we should be able to climb that pile. But it's not mine, so we better not. Ooh, makes it start out in second gear. Tricky. Sick. Go back into auto. Oh, you just felt her shift down into first. Oh, you can turn on the blacktop. This is lovely. Don't know what we fixed, but we fixed it, folks. Kind of a silly video. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have made it without a diagnosis, but I was just thinking that perhaps months ago I was wrong in what I told the guy he needed, and then we could have really looked to see what the real problem was. 124, 143. Remember that number. I don't know what to tell you, folks. Kind of a nonsense video, I guess. But if perhaps you do have a Jeep Grand Cherokee like this one, and it has the transfer case module like this one, and it has the problem of crow hopping or binding when steering, perhaps your transfer case module has gone bad too, and your diagnosis has led you to that point, and you're wondering, should I do it? And does it come programmed? Yes, you should do it if that's where your diag let you, and it appears that it came pre-programmed. So I don't know, maybe that's a fluke. Maybe because that box had already been opened, maybe somebody had already programmed it with this calibration number, and then, you know, just happened to come through that way for us. I don't know. Anyways, what I do know is you should be down in that comment section. The questions, the comments, the Insta, the Facebook. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Bonus footage. I looked up his old invoice as I was writing up the new one, and I found some notes to myself and to the customer. I charged him diagnostic time last time to diagnose binding aka crow hopping while turning. I checked out the vehicle and noticed that the drivetrain control module would not respond to any inputs. I could see it receive them on scan data, but it would not make the shift in the transfer case. I tested the wiring, updated the drivetrain control module with the latest software from Chrysler, and at this point, I recommend replacing the drivetrain control module with a new one. And that's all she wrote, or that's all I wrote, and apparently we were right, so enjoy.